Let's talk about John Cena. How did you feel about the promo?
Emotional as fuck, bro.
Obviously, yes.
Emotional as fuck, bro.
Heavy.
But I'm looking forward to see what he does in the Royal Rumble. I was disappointed. I saw a lot of teasers saying that he was gonna have the fucking shaved hair again and shit like that. I was like, oh no fucking way, but no, bro. Okay. I was like, all right, whatever. We'll take it though for right now. We'll see. We'll see once he's like full time wrestling again, supposedly.
I don't know if he's got everything up top to be able to pull that off these days with the
Some Rogan,
way he's
bro.
been looking, but yeah, I don't know.
Go to India, get that shit get like pulled out and shit, do that surgery, bro.
It was definitely an emotional moment. I mean, that for a lot of us wrestling fans out there has meant a lot to us, of course. And so to be able to be a part of this moment as fans, to be able to celebrate one of our GOATs and send him off is like a really special thing. And I think it's really dope that he's giving us a chance to properly celebrate everything that he's meant to the industry. And I mean, just what a promo to be able to, first of all, set the expectations properly, because a lot of us as the Cena marks out there, I know that we've been hoping to see the Super Cena run, and I think he pretty clearly let us know that at least for now, that's not likely to happen. And I like that they're trying to give the run a kind of element of realism to it. They're like, hey, I'm an older guy now, haven't been as active in the ring, so me just trying to show up and walk into a main event match with Gunther or Cody, like, it's just not going to happen. But there are these kind of lottery ticket ways that anyone can get a chance at any moment, including something like the Royal Rumble. And so I feel like that...
Bro said money in the bank. I'm like, bro, you're not going to be climbing the ladders.
I mean, honestly, can I tell you what? I think there's a chance that we do get a story like that where he gets down to like the final four in the Rumble but gets eliminated, gets down to the last two in Elimination Chamber but loses, comes out to Mania, cuts a promo but doesn't have like a main event title match or anything like that. Just has like maybe a regular match.
Last Mania?
No, like he'll have a match at Mania, but like maybe not a title match like people have been hoping for. Like just a good match. Like of course they'll have to have him wrestle at Mania, but
that's crazy. He said he's not gonna have a title match at his last Mania.
I'm saying I could see them do a story where they kind of drag it out throughout the run, where it's like he gets close but comes up short.
That's too dragged though until Mania though.
I'm saying it could be more towards the end of the run. Like it might. I've seen some people saying potentially that last match is where they see him finally win the 17th title and then he retires as a champ. And then they just vacate the belt and move on from there. But, like, I'm not saying I necessarily think that's the best way to do it. Because I do think that having Cena win the Rumble and win that title at Mania just makes so much sense. Because then from there you can kind of have him drop the belt or keep it for the rest of the... however you want to do it. But start doing more of those just dream matches and make it more of a celebratory thing. I'm saying there's multiple ways you could approach this. If you want to do more of just the celebratory run, you put the belt on him early and get it out of the way and then just start bringing out all the fun matchups that we want to see. Or you make it a story throughout the whole year of Cena chasing this belt and then finally getting that moment at the end. I honestly think that could be a really fun story to kind of go on throughout the year. And not saying that he loses every match throughout. Like, obviously, you'll have him come out on some different Raw, SmackDowns, and shit like that. Have him win some matches here and there. But when it comes to those big, big moments, whether it be through interference or different things, like, I'm not trying to say you just constantly have the guy look shitty. But there are ways to protect people and still have them lose matches. I'm just saying that's an option that intrigues me. Especially the way that I saw him cut that first promo.
Say he's not, don't think I'm coming to squash motherfuckers.
Yeah, I think that could be an interesting way to approach this run, is having it be a bit more realistic and actually have him build up to that title win and make it feel really, really special. It's going to feel special regardless, don't get me wrong, but like I said, I just think that would be an interesting way to approach it. How do you feel about that idea? How would you feel if that's how they went?
That's a long build-up, bro. Until his last match and he retires. That's going to be crazy. I feel like a lot of fans are going to be upset about that, bro.
You think?
Yeah, they're going to be like, how come he's not going to be able to defend his title? He should at least defend his title before he goes. And, like, hand it off to someone else and shit like that, basically. That'll be, like, the handoff and shit.
See, I feel like that last match, I don't know if I want to see him lose.
It should be that, though.
I know that's, like, tradition in wrestling, but that doesn't always have to be the case. We just saw it last year with Sting in AEW. He won his final match. Now, everyone, that was like one of the matches of the year for a lot of people last year.
He said that's his final match, but he's going to come back in 3 years somehow.
Huh?
He says that's
I think that's it. He's an old motherfucker, dude. I don't know how much. I don't think he's got much in the tank. Especially with the way Creative's
be like Ric
going
Flair
over there.
And shit like that, still lacing up his boots and shit.
Yeah, Ric Flair's a junkie, though. That's different.
Fucking Bronson.
I was gonna say, that fool's out here trying to beef it with Bronson. He's gonna die.
This was Triple H, get your guy, bro.
Crazy ass. But fucking back to the guy, back to the real GOAT who's gonna dethrone Flair. See, that's why this is such a big thing, is because fucking right now it's Flair. It's like, ooh, fuck, has to be Cena.
Woo.
Has to be Cena. Has to be Cena. And so, I disagree that I don't think people will be upset if that's how they play it out, because I think people will appreciate the journey, and when that final match happens, this is what you got to understand. People might get a little bit pissed off in the build-up to the last match of, oh, how come Cena hasn't got the last title yet? Is Cena going to win the last title? Blah, 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 blah. But then if they make that last match really slap, and he wins the title in that final match in a true banger, and it, like, really hits hard, like, that will go down as such a classic. People will be fucking bawling. It will be such a legendary moment that it will all... it'll be like how Cody not winning at 39 was such a massive deal after 39, and people thought that Cody might be buried and fucking the story's over, blah, 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 blah. Think about how we were feeling after WrestleMania 40. Yes, did that take a long time? Fuck yeah. But that's kind of where we're at with WWE storytelling. Sometimes it takes a while. But when we get there, it's usually really good. I think it could work. I'm not sure if that's what I'm advocating for, because I do still think, ultimately, if you put a gun to my fucking head, metaphorically speaking, of course, I would say Rumble win, do it, fuck it. WrestleMania, have him beat Gunther, fuck it. And then have him go on just an actually elite title run. The champ is here, let's do that whole thing again, blah, blah, blah. And then, honestly, you could even have him drop the belt at some point towards the end of the run, but then have him still win that last match for the title or not for the title at that point. I could also see that being a very strong option that gives a lot of fan service throughout. And, like, I would love to see Cena come out with the title and do the, like, Doctor of Thugonomics shit. Like, we wouldn't be able to get those moments if he wins the title up until the, like, the very last match. So I could see that other side of it as well. I guess what I'm trying to say is there's a couple different ways they could play this out, and I think it would still be interesting regardless. When you got a guy as fucking good as Cena, there's so many different ways you can make it work for me. And I'm still going to mark out for it because I fucking love John Cena. So, like, to me, you could almost do no wrong. As long as he does at some point win the 17th title. Because now you've teased it from day one. That, I guess I will say this, that's like the one standard I'm going to force onto Triple H and Creative right now. If you teased it on the very first day of the Farewell Tour, it's got to happen now. Like, I don't want to hear any ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's got to happen. You better give me that record-breaking win.
The Undisputed or the World Heavyweight?
I guess I've just been saying Gunther because that feels like a more natural Cena feud.
Yeah.
However, I mean, what an honor for Cody to be able to drop the belt to someone honestly, you're in a fucking win-win. Personally, I'm fine with either. I really am fine with either. Like, I don't have too strong of a preference either way. It's literally just that Gunther feels like a more natural Cena feud because of the way that he's such a great heel, and I feel like that'd be such a great matchup. But if you want to pull out one of the fucking biggest face versus face matches, it would be on some prime, like when Rock vs. Hogan. Mm-hmm. Like, it would have that energy to it, I think, genuinely.
That would be crazy as well.
So if you want to pull out, honestly, yeah, I'm on board for that as well. If you want to go night 2 main event, Cena versus Cody, sign me up. Sign me up.
That's crazy.
I think that'd be fire.
That's crazy.
I think that'd be fire. I like it.
What would you do, bro? Pulls out the spinner belt the Monday Night Raw after.
What do you think? Fucking bust. Metaphorically. Fucking, I wish. When I was a kid, when I first bought this, when my mom first bought it for me, I was like 10. I used to think if there was a way where I could, like, cut with, like, a saw around the edges and somehow, like, put a screw in the back or some shit and yell so I could fucking spin that bitch. Nah. One day, I swear to God, when I got some bread, I ain't even want all the belts because they so expensive.
I can't believe you don't have the spinner one though.
But this one, yeah, like, that's the one. Like, for the kid in me, I feel like I need
There's a kid's version with the spinner.
I don't. This was.
I remember that shit, because that shit fucking, once it got older, that shit would, like, go fucking start creaking and shit like that.
See, it's probably better I don't have that one now, because this is, like, 12, 13 years old.
That shit stayed good, bro.
Yeah, no, this shit's still pretty good quality. Shout out to the Fed, man. Taking care of me.
That's fucking wild. If we just get the spinning U.S. championship belt at this point.
Bro, if I won the lottery, I wouldn't tell anybody, but there would be signs. Y'all would know. Y'all would know. Hey, man. If the pod ever blows up and we start getting some sponsorships on this bitch,
this is my house now.
It's gonna be the first thing I'm gonna do, boy. This whole wall gonna be flooded. Alright, yeah. One day, man. Gotta keep grinding.
That's hilarious.